Good morning. So today I have Yogesh with us, who is a visionary software executive with a proven record of delivering outstanding shareholder returns through innovative growth strategies and strong execution. He has experience when it comes to growing companies, and today he will tell us about all of that. Let's welcome Yogesh on 10 Minutes of Hiding Wisdom, where he will tell us about everything that he has learned along the way, what we can learn from his learnings, and how to be successful in a career like his. Hi Yogesh, how are you doing?
Hey there. Good to be with you today evening.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us, Yogesh. So, Yogesh, can you tell us about where you work, what your position is within the company?
Yeah, so I founded this company called Nila Technology. We are an AI-based startup. We're trying to revolutionize the way restaurants currently operate and how they interact with their customers. What we're trying to do is we're trying to inject a lot of modern technology into a traditional sector. If you look at any restaurant, by and large, from the business model perspective, nothing or not much has evolved for the last 40, 50 years. And what we're trying to do is that transform this sector. Our purpose is twofold. Essentially, what I'm passionate about is driving down the food waste. So that's one of the most important reason why I started and build this startup. And the second thing is that I want to improve the efficiency of this business. Because if you look at the total productivity factor of the restaurant or the food enterprises, they're really, really poor. They can do some more with the modern technology, and this is what we're trying to do. We have recently launched our phase one already, and we're rapidly growing, which is tremendously successful. And it also gives us a lot more motivation. So the initiatives that we're working on are received well from the customer side as well.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing because I think I come from Pakistan and I know for a fact that a lot of restaurants, for example, I see people coming in, eating slightly some of the food, and then all of the rest that goes to the kitchen is thrown out. And I'm just like, that could be given to someone, that could fill someone's stomach. So it's great to see that leaders like you still exist that are understanding what's causing a food waste, are trying to maximize the productivity and trying to change that. So hats off to you. But I'd love to understand, where did the idea come from? Like, because people do think about that, but I think the actual implementation process is the hardest. So how did you decide that you wanted to embark on this journey?
I grew up in India, and I grew up in a family-run food business, and I've seen a lot of, let's say, food waste myself. Right? I mean, we were owner-operated kind of food business, so we were trying to keep the food waste to the lowest possible. But with the network that I had back in India, I could see that, like, a lot of food is wasted within the food sector. Thereon, I went to UK for my studies, became a management consultant, and that gave me an enormous opportunity to travel around the world. One thing that I learned traveling is I could not give up my love for food and passion for enjoying different cuisines. But it brought me to number of restaurants, and that gave me again an opportunity to learn the kind of food waste or the issues that we were struggling with in India when I was being part of the business, family business. I learned that the problems that we faced are global. And this is when I realized that if the problem is global, the solution has to be global too. And this is where we needed to do something where, when we look at the food waste alone, depending on the type of the food enterprise you look at, as much as 55-60% food is wasted. This is monumental. And we live in a world where everybody is now cautious and more understanding to the sustainable goals. I'm just I wanted to play my part in solving this. So this is how I sat down and started designing the solution. And that too happened with the help of the customers itself. So a lot of startups fail because the entrepreneurs, they think that I know what the solution is. Actually, I would say I did not know what the solution was. I went back to the customers and I asked them, what could be the solution for you? What would work for you? And this is how we started formulating, how the technical blocks can help them solve those big pain points that they're facing currently. And this is probably why we're seeing the rapid success also. In last 2 months, we onboarded nearly 400 customers. This is
Wow.
just amazing. I mean, we launched in somewhere in November, and today I'm sitting with about 400 customers and more in the pipeline. Now that only these are the things that gave me confidence in terms of the solutions that we work through are the solution of developed or designed by the customers that are going to use these solutions. Yeah, motivation was my own passion. The knowledge that I had about the industry, being a consultant, helped me understand how we can build that bridge between the problem and the customers that we have with a solution that is easy to understand, easy to operate, and easy to transition to as well.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing because what started as a mere idea for you specifically was converted into reality just because you decided that, okay, there is a problem that exists. You went directly to the customers and asked them for a solution because usually a lot of entrepreneurs decide, okay, this is the solution I know. And usually at the end of the day, it's the customers that have to use that solution. And if they're not interested in it, if they're not a part of that process, usually the solution often fails. So I can definitely see why and how this was successful for you, that you've onboarded more than 400 restaurants so far, which is absolutely amazing since November. So hats off to you, Yogesh. You must be doing something really right that's working out really well for you. So I wish you all the best because I think that journey that you're on currently is absolutely amazing, specifically because you're making an impact on a bigger level, especially because it's a global problem that a lot of people face. So thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
My next
And
question, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, no, no. I was just going to transition into that. We are growing, and that leads us to the need for the funding, which we are about to close. But at the same time, that also creates need for building the resources also, so that it help us not only build this cool product that we have in the product roadmap, but more importantly, bring those products more cohesively to the customers that we want to sell it to. Yeah.
Okay. And for those products to be created, you would definitely need some talent. So that brings me to my next question. Is your company currently hiring? What kind of positions are open? And what kind of people would you like to be a part of your company today?
Yeah. So yes, we are currently hiring. Here in the UK, we have two positions open. We had three. One would be filled up. So we have a need for a product manager here in the UK operations and the onboarding engineers. So when selling is done, we need the people with some sort of, let's say, a technical understanding how they can onboard the customers onto our platforms. So these are the two key roles that we're looking here in the UK. We in a month or two times we will open up a commercial openings. So in sales, so a junior level salespeople. We will need two of them here in the UK again. We are also expanding into India. So we're building our technical base over there. There we have larger need. So we have a need for a front end engineer. We have a need for back end engineer, UX, UI. We also need a QA for the from the technical team. And within the sales and marketing, we're building a marketing resources. So there we will be needing three more resources. Two of them will look after the lead generation part, and one will be primarily focusing on the marketing side of it.
Okay, so the company is definitely growing. Hats off to you for making a global team, especially for a global solution. So that is pretty much it for you today, Yogesh. It was an absolute pleasure learning about you, your wonderful cause, how your company came into being, which started from a mere idea, and how you actually turned it into reality, which is something that's so amazing because people usually just think and that's where they stop. But you actually turned it and implemented it, which is absolutely amazing. I wish your company all the best and that it continues to make a difference because I hope to see this in the US as well because it's definitely
Yes.
doing wonders. And I can definitely see it making a difference in so many people's lives, especially if it's reducing the waste at the end of the day.
We are definitely entering into US market. We got the customers already. We got the channel partners already over there. So we are entering into US market in the second quarter of this year. So a
Okay,
lot to look
well.
forward to. Yes, exactly. It was a pleasure talking to you, and a wonderful. I learned a lot, from how you interact, and as I said, it was a pleasure,
Thank you
being
so
part
much,
of it.
Yogesh.
Yeah.
Thank you.